one share, so the sheet will be very big.
Good.
So because it's a 10-year analysis, so it's taken as a sum, so particular year. So these are the volumes on every.
This is the volume. Okay.
These are the volumes.
Good.
These are highest volume achieved in particular years, like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And these are the individual fluctuations. Individual means for any particular year, how the stock open, how the stock closes. Like this for the open, this close, this low, the high. The highest peak reached at which year, and the lowest in which year.
So this is from the tableau, yeah?
This is from the tableau.
Beautiful. Good job, good job. Okay.
And for the project analysis, rather than using Excel, we use RStudio because RStudio can analyze data better than Excel. And it's because there are some software coding, so error chances are very less, because in Excel you are putting the commands manually. So there might be some error, but when you are going through the programming, if your syntax is okay, so there will be intact result. If syntax is not okay, it won't display anything. So error chances are very limited in RStudio. So we try to display our the Tesla stock through the RStudio. So like it's the first slide, like we have taken just adjust close. So we have tried to show you through this that how the closing price behave and how it's fluctuate. Like how we have import data from here. You have the core data set. You just need to import from here. You can use CSV file, TXT file, or simple Excel file. So we have used CSV file. Import data wherever in the system. It will come here as a like the TSL data. This is ACL mean adjusted. We have taken just a small entry to show you. And this is the line graph. Then you automatically plot it. Actually, there are multiple. Because I'm doing it first time, we are doing it first time in a team. So there are sometimes error even. We even did not know how to run the command. So we just means go to the multiple websites to find out the coding, actual coding. So fortunately then this trend driven from this, how the fluctuation is there in the pricing.
So what's your X, Y0, 500, what does that mean?
This is the price fluctuation.
This is the price, yeah?
Yeah, this is the price.
So
this is the date.
Date?
Yeah.
Well, you count by 1, 0. Why not the exact specific date? You count by date, yeah?
Yeah. This is the date. The x-axis is the date, and
from where? From when?
Like this is the date column. Like we have entries here, yeah. 2286.
Okay.
And this is showing here actually. The total entries are this much.
Okay.
And
well, very nice to use date there, right? It's specific date there. Yeah.
So this is actually this is showing this much, but the number of how much entries are there, it is shown here. Yeah, you can see here as well.
Okay.
Numbers 1:2. This is the starting from 1 to 22. How many variables are there? It's also showing in data. Like in ACL, it was just 2 variables. Like in ACL data, it's just 2 variables. So it's showing 2 variables only. Now in stock Tesla detailed data, it's 7 variables like open, close, low, high, adjust, close, volume, and the date. So there are 7 variables. So based upon that thing, you can draw multiple graphs actually.
Good.
Like this is time series. I will explain it through the graph. Like this is the time series plot. You can see here the whole data is here, and these are the command. For the time series plotting, what actually time series do is there are fluctuation in the pricing. Time series focus on the minute level, how the price fluctuate during any small steps. Like you are analyzing a big data in years, and if you want to focus any particular month, particular day, or any particular week, so you need to go through the time series. So it will go in the depth, because in the previous figure, if you see,
you have three more minutes, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. The data is like this, very much. You won't be able to see it, but in time series you can see how the data actually floating during the time. this is the seasonality component. This is the command for the seasonality. Seasonality, actually what seasonality do is, seasonality try to reduce the error so that you are forecasting, whatever you are going to be forecast for any particular organization, like we are doing Tesla stock. So seasonality try to remove those errors. It will minimize those errors so that you can forecasting report will be more accurate. You can forecast the data very good. This is done through the seasonality. Yeah, like this is the forecasting. This is done through RStudio and the using ARIMA model. Like these are the command use, and these are the particular forecasting shown that how the in future how the stock data will be. So there are 3 forecasting: high, low, something like that. So and in the center it shows what will be the accurate price in the future. In conclusion, like ARIMA model is the best one as far as our recommendation, which show the future performance in the better way. And the problem major with Tesla is we are going to address why their price is fluctuating, because they are not able to meet the demand of the consumer, because most of their product is not in-house. They are more dependent upon the supply chain, and more of their product are from out of US. So demand is very high, but the supply chain is not supporting them. This is the main problem, and this is the main fluctuation. And the second thing is, because of the supply chain, the prices are very high. The demand is high. Based upon this, prices are very high of the Tesla vehicle, and because of the price, those vehicles are not in the reach of common man. So only a higher income level people are only affording it. So this is the problem, and this is the solution. If they start manufacturing the chips in-house.
Okay, you're done. You guys done. Okay. Thank you for team 1. Good job. Good job. Good job. Okay. So I have a question for you. What's your prediction for Tesla stock going? Will be continue up or will be done?
Continue up, because EV is the future, and because everything ultimately we.
Well, it's done in last year, yeah.
Yeah, because that was only because of the supply chain issue, because of the COVID issue. Else, everything. If you consider the Asia Pacific as well, every country, because of the environmental, every country moving towards EV, because fossil getting expensive, it is getting reduced. All the reservoir getting reduced. So we are focusing from fossil fuels to electronic vehicles.
Very good. Okay. The second question, you say ARIMA for you is the best model to predict the stock price. I agree. Any evidence? Have you tested?
Yes, any evidence. I will go through my paper. Like we have compare two things in Excel and the ARIMA model. So what we have compared is in the more than 95% of the cases, when you find the percentage difference between actual and forecast, it was because the data was used more than 2000, and the observation was less than 20%. Means error was below 20%. It was like 4%, 5%. There are few of the cases where it goes beyond 20% or 20%, or in 95% of the entries when you forecast together, it was below 20%.
Okay, so that's why you need to test, right? It is data, test result to show how good is this model, yeah? It's a model evaluation. Okay, thank you very much. And do you have any question for team 1, please? You don't want to buy Tesla stock? No?
Have you extracted the commands for our students?
Tesla stock will be increased. Because overall the Nasdaq also is going down.
Yeah.
Also the highest price is like 400. Now the price is 100. You know, it's nearly 50, more than 50%. It's discounted the price, and I guess the politically Elon Musk movement for Twitter is not to be good in US side. You know, they are because some leak and those things. And also in China factory, maybe they have a problem. Everybody talking in China Apple factory, but we don't know any information about the Tesla factory. I guess in the next, those stocks is like.
Well, all this news, right? Everybody know, So a lot of people can do bad, right? As business professional, MBA students, you need data analysis to support your adjustment. Yeah, and in particularly, you need to analyze the financial. So you are learn finance. Yeah, the stock price correlate to the future earning. So what's that sales? What's that profit? What's that future forecast? Product line. That's the bottom of the line. Yeah.
Still, the future holds the technocratic devices, and Tesla is one of them.
Well, you need to use data. We need data. Okay. Good job. Good job. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So I try to frame you to sharp to the 5 points. Yeah, okay. I hope you don't mind. Good job.
So
Okay.
ask a question.
Yeah.
So for our data, the command, although
I said, where have you extracted the commands for our studio?
so we have gone through the random example, like YouTube tutorial, or you can Google it. So there are random example of any of the data. They have used similar kind of commands there. So we try to implement those commands in our studio on our data. So
that's why there was errors, multiple errors in it.
Can you share that link with me?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. So R is one of the best tools as well, right? And so you can use R or Python. But I recommend to do Python right away. And R is kind of probably kind of obsolete very soon. But it's good tool. Okay. So let's give a team 1 evaluation. Go to your course portal, team 1. Okay. That's good. So who is in team 2 right now? Yeah, you can come here for team 2. So for team 2, for next team, we save some time. You do immediately. Yeah. Have you submitted your evaluation, right? Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Thank you very much. Team 1. Good job. Good job. Yeah. Good job. Thank you. Yeah. Orima, my favorite one too. Okay, you may start right now. Yeah. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. We're Group 2, Team 2, and we're going to present about forecasting seasonality of sales of the Real Canadian Superstore. So the reason why we came up with this study is because consumers of today have more complex preferences and expectations as compared to earlier times, making it more challenging for retailers and businesses alike to make estimated decisions about their inventory, the number of their employees needed, at what location, when to run promotions. That is why reliable and close to accurate forecasts are essential for many businesses, because it paves the way for better decision making. So, problem statement. Monthly sales of grocery stores in Canada hit a high of $10.34 billion Canadian dollars in March 2020, an increase of over $2 billion compared to the previous month. So, by using data analytics, it will enable retailers and grocers to understand the seasonality of their sales and make optimal, data-driven decisions.
What's your name?
Selena.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so just a little background into the Real Canadian Superstore. They were founded in 1979 in a store in Saskatchewan that was recently owned by SuperValu. They are now under the conglomerate franchise of Loblaw. So they are part of the Loblaw franchise. They are a hypermarket because they don't just sell groceries, vegetables, meats. They sell appliances, clothes, everything that a regular grocery store or supermarket would not sell. Their main industry is grocery and retail, as I previously said, and their main category is food and personal care, because they have pharmacies in some of their locations, so they do sell pharmaceuticals. Their main competitors globally are Walmart, Target, Costco. Locally, it's London Drugs and Shoppers, even though Shoppers is as well under the Loblaw franchise. They're ranked globally as number 358, so they're ranked among some of the biggest millions of hypermarket, supermarket, grocery stores, and 358 is
which country they have a business there?
Pardon?
Beside of the Canada?
It's mainly located inside Canada. You hardly...
Oh, you say globally, right? It must be outside of Canada.
Global. It's ranked globally, but it's ranked amongst them.
I never realized that US or somewhere else. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, Loblaw is a part of the US market.
Okay, Loblaw is heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And their global market share is 5%, mainly because they are a part of Loblaw. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So for the tools and methodology, we will be using Excel. We use Excel for exponential smoothing, moving average, and linear regression forecasting. And then we also use Tableau for k-means clustering and data visualization.
Thank you.
So the raw data that we collected was from Kaggle.com, and more than 50,000 rows and 27 columns of data was gathered, and the data period covered was from 2016 up to 2019. Although we agreed to clean the data because it was too much, so we narrowed it down to focus on just British Columbia, and it went down, the data went down to 6,379 rows.
So now it is time for Tableau visualization. So we made 16 worksheets for visualizations, a dashboard, and a story. So for the basis of this report, we will use the worksheets, not the story. So this is our overview of the monthly sales. We aggregated the data based on monthly because we are determining the trends and the seasonality. So it is better to use data by months. Next slide, please. So this is the sales trend. So the formula for this trend line is Y, which is the sales, equals to M, slope. The slope here is, just one sec. So the slope we got is 21.9764. So times that to the X. Our X here is the date, order of date, and plus the intercept. So our intercept is negative 914894. So that's how we got this trend line. So as you can see, the seasonality of our sales here, our sales are decreasing in months of February. These are the critical months: February, April, July, and October. And there is a dramatic increase during June, September, and November to December. This is just a year-over-year overview of our sales. So in 2016, they made 294,859. In 2017, 292,077. And in 2018, which is the higher sales they got, is 419,326. Next slide, please. So here is sales by category, and we can see here that the least selling products are fasteners and labels, and the most selling ones are copiers and phones.
Was that one? What's popular?
Copiers and phones.
Oh, okay. I saw that grocery.
Technology. I know, but the data will be...
I saw that's a grocery.
Yes. So for this one, we can say that the sales is positive, but in terms of profit, if we're going to compare it versus profit, all the products are doing okay except for tables. So we have a negative profit there of 3,775. Next slide, please. So for all the cities in British Columbia, except for Abbotsford and Sonic, all tables have negative profit, especially in Burnaby and Vancouver.
Wow. I got cheap wheat from them, whole wheat, $7. Yeah, 10 kilos.
So this is our segment map, so we can segment our consumers, corporate, and home office. These are the products: consumer products, corporate products, and home office products. So it is distributed fairly over all the cities in British Columbia. Next slide, please. So for the negative profit, we have figured out that it is called the shipping cost and unit cost. That means the total cost. That is the one causing the negative profit, because the total cost is higher than the total cost of sales is higher than the profit. So that's why they're getting that. We calculated this one in Tableau as well. We made calculative tools there, so Tableau can help you to calculate that. Next slide, please. So this is just a graphical look of that. This is the total cost and shipping, and this is the sales, and that's the negative profit. Next slide, please. So this is our forecast. Our data is 2016 to 2019, but we kept 2019. So in order to compare, in order to see if how Tableau will predict our data. So the data beyond 2018 is our forecasted sales. So as you can see here, that the shadow-like thing here is the confidence level. So Tableau will identify your confidence level. So this is 95%. So that means the algorithm is 95% sure that the true data will fall on this range. Next slide. This is the forecast for our product, so it is also going up.
So this come from Tableau?
Yes. Yes.
Or it's a RIMA or?
Oh yeah. The model that Tableau use for their forecasting is exponential.
Exponential, okay.
Yes, exponential smoothing.
Okay, it's a moving average. Yeah.
Yes, moving average. So this is like an actual sales versus forecasted sales. So as you can see, Tableau did well in predicting our sales, because there's a slight difference, but actuality happens, right? So what we care about this is the MASE, which is the mean absolute scaled error. So we get 0.42. According to my research, anything lower than 1 is ideal. So that means the prediction is good and there is minimal error. So we get 0.42.
Okay, I have a question for you. Right? There is a COVID-19 in 2020. Yes. Why the actual sales shoot up like that?
No. This is December 2019. This is not 2020.
Not 2020, okay.
Prediction only. Yeah. So this is January, February, March, April, May.
Is that COVID-19 that shut down?
No, it's 2020. The shutdown started in 2020, right?
Okay. Good. You're right. Yeah.
So next slide, please. So this is just the KPI, key product indicator. So total sales for British Columbia Superstore is 1.52 million. So that's big sales. Compared to their profit, it's just 185 and 36,000. And the profit ratio of that is 11 and 71%. So that's for this is our dashboard that we made. So that's it for Tableau visualization.
So the
Wonderful
monthly
work.
sales trend, this is done in Excel. This just validates what was seen in Tableau, that there is a trend, seasonal trend, where peaks in sales are seen in March, June, September, and December, while there is decrease in February, April, July, and in October. To further analyze, this was also by products. This is also graphed by products to see how much each of the category makes up the monthly sales, and we can see here in the graph that it is technology that makes up most of the sales, which validates also what was seen in Tableau. And then we used exponential smoothing forecasting, if you can see, we started the forecast from 2019. And the green line here is the actual sales, and this is the forecast sales. As you can see, the actual sales falls in between the upper bounds, confidence bound, and the lower confidence bound, meaning that the prediction, the forecast is accurate. And the moving average forecasting, the difference of this one from exponential triple smoothing is that the moving average smoothens the data. So the green line is the actual sales, while the moving average forecast is the yellow-orange. Next.
So next we presented the single linear regressions. We were trying to analyze if the data of either the income per sales, unit sold, or the profit had a linear linear relationship with the month in which each transaction was made. So we figured out that by watching the graphs, we can see that all of them had a positive correlation, but not quite strong one, like when analyzing the coefficient relationship. And none of those analyzing the R squared have like more than 50% of the the changes in the dependent variable are explained by the independent variables, which is like month. So we figured out that none of these models are really reliable, and then we tried to find out if there is like possible multiple linear regressions using sales as our y, and our dependent variables could be either time, quantity, or profits. So when we see the output of the regression, we can see that we have a higher coefficient correlation, and an R squared as well is really higher than the previous ones. But we actually cannot be misleaded, because when we use several dependent variables, the R squared value can be inflated. So first we have to really make sure that these independent variables are really good predictors for the model. And how we do that, we just check the p-values, because this drives the null hypothesis. So we need to make sure that all of our independent variables have like a p-value.
So you guys have 2 more minutes.
Smaller than 0.5. So this is not a good predictor. We tried again, and then we have like a multiple linear relationship that can predict the sales using the quantity and the profits. Trying the model, we can see here that this is the actual data and this is the forecast, and it's quite like a good prediction. Here we have the residual values, and we see that there's not much of a difference, and it continues an upward tendency. So this is a really, it could be a possible model for the linear relationships.
Okay, hello everyone, my name is Rami. Me and my colleague here, Prashant, will be discussing the data clustering and the k-means. So we use the clustering part, we use 2 methods for it. We use Excel and we use Tableau. So this is just a sample of the data before we use the k-mean clustering. Please, next one. So this is the Excel method. So the first method we use again is Excel. So in Excel, the first thing that we need to use, the initial step to start the clustering, is to define the variable. So beside the year as a timeline, as a main variable, we decided on sales and unit sales as a significant variable to start the analysis. So as k-mean, the requirement for k